So how is this exercise going to be conducted?
As you said it's going to be a voluntary exercise, as refugees will come to us and asking for assistance and for help to go back to their places of origin. We are going to provide them with some support in the form of a package. But I want to once more stress that it will be voluntary and based on the request of people for help.
Right. But when you repatriate them to Somalia, where exactly will you take them, and are there any plans to help them start up life afresh there in Somalia?
I would say that's the most important thing. They will be going to various parts of South Central Somalia, places where they are from, and they will be...
Do they get to choose where they want to be taken?
In most cases, people go back to the places where they are from. But we have to realize that there are people who've left Somalia for more than 20, 22 years, so they may want to go to other places. But once they will be going to these places, the most important thing is the assistance that they will be getting to reconstruct and to rebuild the country. And hence the appeal that we made to the international community for the reconstruction of their places of return.
I'm a little concerned, though, about those whose places perhaps are still under the reign of Al-Shabaab. What happens to them and they want to go back?
That's I'm going back to what was said before. That's why it's a voluntary exercise.
No, First, supposing they want to go back.
The likelihood that they will want to go back if their places are not safe is very limited. So what we expect is that people will want to go back to places which they consider safe, either through knowledge that they have or through information that we provided. But we are not going to encourage or support the return to places which we consider are not safe. And it's a process. It's not an event. It's something that is going to evolve as the security situation in Somalia improves.
It obviously has a time frame. So what happens after that time frame has lapsed?
It will depend again on the time that the repatriation will take. If in 3 years' time there are still refugees, Somali refugees in Kenya, there will definitely be a possibility for an extension of the framework. The 3 years that have been mentioned in the agreement is a time that the current agreement as it was negotiated will be implemented, but it will most probably be extended as the needs arise.
Right. But how about during this time when you're repatriating them? Obviously, like I said, there's some areas still under the rule of Al-Shabaab. Yes. What happens when there are other Somalis perhaps who feel they're not safe enough to be home? Are they still allowed to come back?
They will. The two things. First, those who decide to remain will have an opportunity to remain, and that is clearly guaranteed in the agreement. And if God forbid the situation in Somalia further deteriorates, people will still continue to seek asylum either in Kenya or in other places.
Right. But when you engage them, are they confident that their country is safe enough for them to go back? What do you pick from them when you engage them?
Some are. We estimate that between 30 and 80,000 people may have already returned since the beginning of the year. So there is some level of confidence on the part of some.
Yeah.
Others are hesitant, very hesitant. They want to see how things are going to evolve, and more importantly, they want to have the support of the international community to rebuild and to reconstruct their place of origin.
And what's the reception you're getting from the international community, especially when you say you need to give them aid to help them start their lives afresh in Somalia?
So far, a few months ago, there was a very important meeting in Brussels, where a new deal was discussed and a compact. So there is a clear feeling that the international community wants to help and support Somalia in its reconstruction.
All right, let's leave it there for now. Thanks very much for joining us here in studio. We had in studio Mr. Raouf Mazou, UNHCR Representative for Kenya, speaking to us about the repatriation of the Somali refugees.